Have you ever tried to look up how to invest online? Within 5 minutes, you're drowning in jargon, clicking through 20 different tabs, and you feel more lost than when you started. It feels like trying to read a map in a language you don't speak, and the stakes are high. This is your hard-earned money we're talking about. You want it to work for you, but the sheer volume of choices, thousands of funds, platforms, and pensions usually just leads to analysis paralysis. In this video session, I'm taking all that noise and filtering it down into 5 simple steps. We're going to find your "you are here" marker and show you how a little bit of science and a human guide can actually add a measurable proven percentage to your bottom line. Let's head over to the video session and demystify the process.
You know, trying to figure out the world of finance can feel like you're trying to read a map in a totally different language. It's confusing, right? But what if you had a clear, personalized roadmap just for your money? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to demystify the whole process of getting financial advice that actually works, one step at a time.
And this really is the fundamental question we all have to ask ourselves. You work incredibly hard for your money, but is it doing anything for you? Is it just sitting there, or is it out there actively working to get you to where you want to go? Figuring this out is the real first step on our journey.
So here's our own little roadmap for this explainer. We're going to start by figuring out where you are right now. Then we'll get into your personal style, explore all the options out there, see why having a human guide is so valuable, and finally, we'll put a real number on the payoff. It's a clear path to financial clarity. First things first, you can't possibly plan a route if you don't know your starting point, right? It's like a map in a shopping mall. The very first step is to establish that crucial "you are here" marker on your own financial map. A proper review means taking a really deep dive into everything you already have. Are those old pensions and investments still the right fit for you? I mean, how are they actually performing? And this is a big one. Are there hidden fees just eating away at your returns? It's all about finding those hidden opportunities and plugging any leaks to make sure your money is truly working for you. Okay, so once you know what you've got, the next big question is, who are you when it comes to investing? And this isn't some scary test. It's really about building a strategy that actually fits your personality, so you can invest with confidence instead of just emotion. And you can see here how much things have changed. On the left, that's the old way, a really basic one-size-fits-all kind of questionnaire. But the modern approach, on the right, is way more sophisticated. It's dynamic. It actually considers your emotional comfort with the ups and downs of the market, and it's all grounded in real science. And the credibility here is huge. This new approach isn't just guesswork. It's powered by behavioral science that was actually developed at Oxford University. So it goes way beyond those surface-level questions to understand the psychology that really drives how you make decisions about money. All right, so you know where you are and you know who you are. Now it's time to find the best tools for the job. And this isn't about picking from some short, pre-approved list. This is about a massive, comprehensive search of the entire market, leaving no stone unturned. And just look at the scale of this. A truly independent analysis means sifting through a gigantic landscape of options. We're talking more than 9,000 different life, pension, and investment products alone. But it doesn't stop there. Then you go even deeper, scouring over 16,500 different investment funds to find the ones that perfectly match your goals and your risk profile. And finally, comparing more than 55 different platforms to make sure the place where your investments live is as efficient and cheap as it can possibly be. Now that is what whole of market really means. So what's the whole point of all that massive research? It actually boils down to one simple thing: finding the absolute best, most suitable, and cost-effective combination of products, funds, and platforms specifically and only for you. Okay, so data and research are incredibly powerful, but let's be honest, they're not the whole story. This fourth step is all about the value that you just can't get from a spreadsheet, the value that comes from real human guidance and expertise. Now, you'll probably hear this term FCA-regulated thrown around, and it's a really important one. All it means is that the advice you're getting is legally held to the absolute highest standards for things like transparency and client protection. Think of it as your quality guarantee. So what does a human advisor actually do? Well, first, they're a behavioral coach, helping you steer clear of those common emotional mistakes like panicking and selling at the worst time. They also bring years of professional experience to the table. They make the complex simple, cutting through all the jargon and handling the paperwork for you. And finally, they structure everything to make sure you're as protected as you can be. It's a role that goes so far beyond just picking investments. Okay, so we've talked about the process and the human touch, but what about the bottom line? Can we actually put a number on the value of good financial advice? Well, it turns out we can. And here it is. 3%. That's the potential extra value a good advisor can add to your portfolio's return, year in and year out, compared to if you just wanted a lot. And look, this isn't some number pulled out of thin air. It actually comes from a massive study by Vanguard, one of the biggest investment companies on the planet. They crunched the numbers and found this consistent 3% advisor's alpha, as they call it. So how on earth is that 3% actually created? Well, it's a mix of everything we just talked about. Choosing lower-cost investments, strategically rebalancing your portfolio so it stays on track, making sure you're as tax-efficient as possible, and maybe the most important piece of all, that behavioral coaching that stops us from making bad emotional decisions with our money. And that brings us full circle. We've walked the whole path from finding your starting point to actually putting a number on the value of a guide. So the final thought I really want to leave you with is this. What could having a truly clear, personalized financial roadmap unlock for you and for your future?
So there it is. The magic behind the 3% isn't actually magic. It's just the result of a disciplined process and having someone to keep the emotions out of the math. Think about that 3% for a second. Over 10, 20 or 30 years, that isn't just a number on a page. It's the difference between an okay retirement and the life you actually dreamed of. It's the house, the travel and the peace of mind. My goal with these video sessions is to give you that quality guarantee, the transparency you need to feel in control. I want to leave you with that one question from the end of our session. What could a clear, personalised roadmap unlock for your future? If you're ready to find out, drop a comment below or reach out. Let's get your money working as hard as you do. Don't forget to subscribe for the next deep dive, and I'll see you then.